You got the Leafs, right? You got Joseph Woll, who's a stud. Man, he looked good last night. He looked good last night.
I got a phone call this afternoon saying, do you think he's going to be a Vezina finalist? Can you guess who I got the call from?
I have an idea.
Joe from the Bridge.
I have an
idea.
Joe
from the Bridge or a producer at TSN.
Well, it's, a very respected guy at TSN.
I know. You don't even have to say it.
Quizmaster.
Yes, it was the Quizmaster.
Quizmaster.
No, I just was like, okay, everyone, listen, he's a very good goaltender in the making. Let's just breathe. Let him be a good young goaltender.
Yeah.
He played well
I will say, Noodles, I
great.
totally agree with you, Noodles. I totally agree. He's a young guy, and you got to let him grow and do his thing. But I'll tell you what. Nothing, and I mean nothing, horns me up like it was Matthews and Marner. It's like, okay, super, but you show me solid goaltending, I get excited about that because I think you get a chance to win every night.
Yeah.
And if he could do that, like he made a couple saves last night. If he's garbage last night, that could have been 4-1. Like there could have been an Edmonton vibe around that game. But he made some saves, and that's what it's all about.
Well, we mentioned Frank Dukes. He had the Van Dam save where he went post to post. Was that, I think, on Robertson?
On Robertson on the back door.
He was between the two trucks.
Yes, he was.
He was between the trucks.
He was Van Dam between the trucks in Dallas.
Joe from the
night.
Bridge, get the Van Dam gift between the trucks.
There's going to be a meme of Joseph Woll's face on Van Dam between the trucks.
Yeah.
You know it.
Joseph Van Dam. That's who was in action last night.
What is the pronounce? Is it Wall?
It's Woll.
What
It's Woll. It's Woll. But it doesn't matter. It's got to be Woll. It's got to be Woll while you continue to play this well, right? If you're going to continue to put up statistics like he is. Now, I got to be honest. I wasn't bracing to jump over the Calder right to the Vezina conversation.
Oh no, it's the Vezina.
You got to rat out the guy who asked
that.
you. You got to rat him. Who was it?
I'm not ratting the person out because I like the person and I think he was just very excited.
I know who it was. ML. Are those his initials?
No, it wasn't.
It
wasn't in senior management.
Is that right?
Here's the thing. It was just a phone call asking, like, am I getting crazy here thinking that they've got themselves a goalie? I said,
look at there's my guy.
That was Joseph Van Dam in Dallas last night.
Yes.
I love it.
He was great. And here's where I kind of take issue with the idea that you guys are suggesting the whole world needs to relax when we have no bearing on how he's going to play, right? Pumping his tires is not going to have any effect on his career one way or the other. He's a composed player. He's playing well. All of these opinions are subject to change. I'm not putting money down on him winning a Vezina, being nominated for a Vezina. The Calder could be a little bit different in terms of chasing it because, again, these awards are largely driven by narrative. If he gets 45 starts on a really good team, Stuart Skinner was up for the Calder last year. Basically the same thing. Came out of nowhere, put up good stats, started a bunch of games on a really good team. You get a nomination. Like, that seems to be reasonable. That could be a part of his future. I absolutely could see that. That's not crazy
talk
at all.
No.
And if
That's
his stats
not crazy.
That's not. And if his stats are like really good, then he could win it. 100% he could win it. But right now, this guy is supplying a really positive storyline for a team that's 5-2, that has a recent history of having horrible Octobers where people are doing the Alberta dance, but they're doing it in Southern Ontario. And I think a big part of it is because he's played so well.
That's a great way to look at it, Hazy B. And I think the reason why people are excited watching it, and you can't control that excitement, is because the Leaf goaltender list is like the Cleveland Brown meme where the quarterback, like the Cleveland Browns jersey with the 17 quarterbacks on it? The last 10 years of the goaltenders, it seems like it's been a revolving door, and they tried to bring a guy that was glued together, and it's been a mess for a long time. So when you draft a guy and he plays in the minors, and it's kind of like a prototypical draft and develop, and he's your own, and you've cultivated this nugget, it's exciting.
I know.
You know what you just did? Find the Tommy boy with the little dinner roll.
Where it's like,
you're the
I
dinner roll.
it.
Yeah, he's like, I love it. It's precious. You cultivate it, and
yes. And then you squeeze it, and I love it, and it blows apart. Here's where I'll give some context, okay? 1 week ago on this show, he hadn't played in the three games.
Right.
So we were talking about
early.
Samsonov. Like,
it's early.
Let's just breathe here again. Let the kid. Like, it's literally 1 week ago on this show. We were like, guys, just Woll going to get some starts. He's coming off the Chicago loss. You're like, okay. But he had a great week, so he deserves his flowers. But, again, let's not do the Tommy boy.
But what do you think Samsonov's thinking right now? You're a goalie, Noodles. You've been in that spot. Yep. This was his net. It's a big year. It's a contract year. What do you think is running through his mind?
He's in a fight, and it's the right fight because the net is open. And, coming into the season, I think everyone, including myself, thought, okay, Samsonov's going to play 50, maybe just over 50 games, 55. He's not a 60-game starter. So, I think that was kind of established coming in. They're a tandem situation. So, okay, so right now, Woll, is Woll going to be a 65-game starter this year?
He's not starting
right now.
No.
Not right now. But can he be a guy that develops into a one? I think that's where people are excited about. This might be a starting goaltender in the making here. And that's what should be excited about it's early on, but he's got the makings. There's something there.
Yeah. Does his frame and his style of play remind you of anything, Noodles? And I know you're not going to say Carey Price, but you're a goaltending guru. Does he remind you of any goaltender, kind of mediocre, good, or better than average?
You know what? I should do some comparisons, but you're right. Max Domi, when we break it down and we had tongue-in-cheek, all he said was the demeanor. He didn't say Carey Price's feet. He didn't say Carey Price's glove hand or puck handling. But he does have size like Price. He does have a demeanor like that. But let's see. I said this today to somebody else. I might have said it to you. Oh, there it is.
There's O and Joseph Woll. You got to watch this on TSN. O is doing a breakdown of him and Joseph Woll. Post to post. Tommy boy to Tommy boy. I love that video.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know what?
He's
got some really good skill. And that's what I think when you look at mechanics of a goaltender, like I said this to my buddy, Carter Hart has really good mechanics. Carter Hart, was in an organization in a rebuild. It was taking some time. I still think he's going to be a goalie, but it takes time to build through it. The luxury that Joseph Woll, I'm going to say, even though it's Woll, but Woll has, is that he's playing behind a very good team. And, like Stuart Skinner, like other young goaltenders that have played in top tier teams, you are going to have some nights where, hey, if I just play average, I'm still getting a win because the team can score, the power play can do it. That's the beauty of it. I went through it in 1999 when I played on a President's Trophy winning team. If you look at the numbers, myself and Roman Turek, we had Chris Pronger, had Al McInnes in front of us, we had Pavel Demitra, had all this team. We gave up 2 goals a night, and we won 4-2 every night, it seems. So there's some runway for this kid, and it's a good week for him. But all I'm saying is breathe a little bit because Samsonov's going tomorrow night.
Yes,
and he's got to fight for that net.
As he should. It's a tandem. I think that's probably the biggest difference.
Agreed.
Is 2 weeks ago it was Samsonov's net. Woll is the backup. I mean, we were having conversations about Martin Jones and his role in all of this. Although I think we all anticipated Woll would be the guy that would be the number 2, and that's exactly how it played out. But at a minimum, I think we've reached a point where you can say it's tandem. Now you've got a tandem, and that is also possibly subject to some fluctuation. Samsonov stands on his head and goes on a run. Joseph Woll at some point this year is going to slip. He's going to have 2 or 3 starts in a row that don't go well. That's being a pro. It happens with every single goaltender. That will be the next kind of litmus test for him. How do you come out of it? What happens when you have a down night, when you get pulled, when you give up 3 goals on 4 shots? Because that's coming. He's an NHL goalie.
I think we've established here, guys, you said the tandem. But if it was going to be L.A. must win, Anaheim must win 2 days later, and then kind of the throwaway end of a road trip, San Jose, it would be Woll, Samsonov.
Right now, it would be.
And that's just for right now. It's
Just
just
for
like
now, but
any
you're right.
other
Right.
any other player that's dominating at a particular time. And when you have a tandem, Noodles, you know better than anyone, it kind of the roles can flip-flop just by judging whoever's playing better. And it's the
Yes.
cliche of the coach. I said it last night in the panel. We're going to put in the best guy, the guy that gives us the best chance to win. It's
Yes.
very simple. And I would bet you if you asked Sheldon Keefe right now, who do you think has the best chance to win in net? Who do you think who you put in?
Yeah, it's Joseph Woll.
It's Joseph
It has
Woll.
to be
So
right
let's
now.
just
But he proved
let the
it.
kid play, enjoy it, and kind of give him some runway here. As simple as that.
And give him his feathers, like give him the Tommy boy.
Yes.
Just don't do the Tommy boy at the end. You squeeze him so much that he falls apart. Like that's the part that gets lost in this.
I don't think
the bun
it needed
is
to
destroyed.
be the Tommy boy. That video.
That's you and Joseph Woll, your boy.
At the starting, where you just hold the bun up. That's what you were doing with Joseph Woll. You were holding
I
the bun up.
wasn't. I was talking about good stuff like cultivating.
You said cultivating.
Yeah.
and petting. I think you said petting.
No, I
You
didn't.
did. There was.
And you poked. There was a poke.
Yeah.